Welcome to the graffiti jungle. Follow for way. Benvenuti nella giungla del graffiti. Welcome to the graffiti jungle. Follow for way. Benvenuti nella giungla del graffiti. Pastore e pastore, rockstar, fake rockstar chat show, pensieri, tangentiali, only known as tangential thoughts chat show. Hopefully we can work on the podcast sooner or later. Right now, let me do one thing at a time, man. Because then sometimes I'm multitasking, sometimes I'm good at it. Spicy City, episode 3. I got the poll going. Put the poll there. Spicy City. I made 2 shirts. I'm gonna make some more shirts. Probably. So probably some more shirts. Okay. So Spicy City. I made some shirts. I'm probably gonna make some more. Just more. Apparel around that. Link in the description box. If you want to link to if you either have seen this show and you want some merch, shirts and stuff like that, I'm working on that. I got some shirts made already. That's not available on the website right now. If you're looking to some other vintage and cool merch that I've designed, that's on. Feel free to check out my website. I have 9 books that I published. 7 of those links are on my YouTube page. My 9th book is a collection of shirts, so that's on my website, but that link is also on my page. And my 8th book is a YouTube poetry book. So feel free to check out any of my books. I have the audio book for all of my books also done as well. So you can just figure out if you want to know what the book is about and what it looks like. And I did my own audio books. All those links are on the page as well. Now, back into Spicy City. So again, on the Water for Wonder Instagram, I saw a post. I like how the girl was looking and how she was talking. That made me go watch the show. That was a couple days ago, and now we're on episode 3. So I'm going to mute myself as I play some of it, just so I can keep this open um, for the public, and then I'll be just going through and just giving. But if you want to watch along with me, the link to it is in the description box. The link to the actual episode 3. So Spicy City, episode 3, Tears of a Clone. All right. So I'm going to watch this, and then, of course, I'll be going back and forth. Just giving a recap, my live reaction to it. All right. Let's get into it. Again, the link to this episode is in the description box.
Anyone tell you you drive a mean getaway car?
Yes. Now get out, Mr. Love.
So he was like, anybody ever tell you that you drive a mean getaway car? Now, I don't know if I muted it for that. I don't know. Hopefully I wasn't loud. Did I don't know which part was muted. Okay, let me just go back.
Anyone tell you you drive a mean getaway car?
Yes. Now get out, Mr. Love.
He said, anybody ever tell you drive a mean getaway car? So it's like, but you alive. But did you? Okay then. Like, you were trying to joke how you drive or something. But you good. We made it here, right, Jamie? All right. So with this one, then the guy just got dropped off at this place or whatever. Now they got the like I don't know if you can kind of sort of tell the visuals, but they got this visual of this girl like on the screen or whatever, and he's like basically it's an older guy, and he's looking for this girl. She's gone missing, and so that's one. And now what he said was that the girl is his daughter. But if you see like the picture and what's being shown, like that's your daughter. Yeah, right. You see what I'm saying? So the dude was like, okay, well, did y'all was y'all having like any like arguments with the mom or you or anything like maybe she ran away? He was like, I ain't never really had no problems with it, this and that third. Then he was like, well, maybe she went to go visit a family member, this and that third. Maybe she went to go visit her mom, and she was like, she doesn't have a mom. Like so like this is older guy, I guess calling in the detective to go find the daughter. So clearly, like because based off what they're looking at and like, cause he like, oh, she's a beautiful name, but he, you know what I'm saying? She like, but if you're watching the episode, it's episode 3. You wouldn't think that that's his daughter. So, mind you, other things how like episode one, episode one when the guy hired the one guy to go look for the girl's avatar, he said, yeah, go look for her avatar. It's a rogue avatar. My girl passed away. She left me this avatar to remind me of her and da 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 boo boo. But that wasn't like the true story. So like this seems like another one of those like ploys. Like I don't think the girl's his daughter. But I just want to make sure I mention that and call that out right now. Like make sure we're on point with this.
Flexing, but it doesn't exactly look like a father and daughter in those vids. Retinal scan, dental records. I'm gonna need her sequence. Sequence? Her DNA sequence. Everything else is pretty easy to check. And you want to be sure you have the real article. I will be at your disposal for the duration of policy. The advance in your first day's fee. Since this is a case with special, my daughter, bring her back.
You see how he stuttered when he said my daughter? So I just want to make like this little cool thing. Um, so you know how like a lawyer would have a paralegal, and the paralegal does like the research and all that other stuff. So, but it's almost like he had this like robot, and so it's just one of those like, for instance, you put Chat GPT inside of your own little personal machine. So it's just like it was this little robot thing or whatever. But he was like, he told the robot to do like just task, and the robot was like, it's gonna take a while. And he was like, just do it, and then save it under the girl he's looking for. Her name is Melissa. So that's just like one of those type of things I'm just thinking about.
What's the touchy-feely? You got a hot one. Yeah, ain't she?
So he got to this one place, and when he got to the place, like they tried to like, yeah, I like your coat. And the guy's like, I like your shoes. And so they about to, he's like, yo, it's at the third. But then one guy ends up losing a arm, and then another guy ends up losing a leg. You know what I'm saying? So
Seen him already. We got a liver, kidney, and ring.
so one thing, like I mentioned, so something I mentioned on when I was watching episode two was about how to, track people inside the metaverse. Now they're looking for a girl using her DNA sequence. DNA sequence. All right, I just wanna. I'm 11 minutes and 17 seconds into it. This little exchange, I was a little bit. I'm not sure about. I'm a little bit confused about like basically kind of sort of what's happened and this and the third. But I will say again, certain things that it reminds me. If you ever seen the show Altered Carbon, uh, basically from what I can gather, I'm not sure entirely what happened. I'm 11 minutes into it, but dude was basically saying that the girl had some type of DNA sequence. I guess she went to go like sell it or something like that, because she knew it was of a certain type of quality. I don't know. And then, but she got it mixed with the wrong people. So one of them people kind of sort of just, you know, now her DNA sequence has just been popping up a lot of different places. So that was something. And then I'm not sure where he's trying to go right now. I might have to wind it back and watch that again. But he was like, "Do you want to leave a sample?" Or like he was like, "No, I ain't about what you call it. If I don't come back, I don't come back. But I don't want. If I don't come back, I don't want my DNA sequence all over the place, type of thing." So I'm gonna just wind that part just back a little bit. I'm 11 minutes in, but I'm not sure. I kind of didn't understand that little part, but I'm watching it again.
Guaranteed deal. Okay. Okay.
So
You don't want to leave us foolish.
wherever, so I just didn't. I don't know what the place is or whatever. But he was like, "I got you an escort. He's gonna take you there." They negotiated on 15% or whatever, but he says it's a black marketplace. But I don't understand what the black marketplace is supposed to be about or whatever. Because he was like, "All you want is a reproduction." So and then he was like, "Yo, I ain't trying to do." I'm not sure. I'm not sure what else, what the other services they could have whatchamacallit. So like that's a thing. Um, but he's going to some black market type of joint. So I'm gonna keep it going.
Everything kills you, even a good joke. Fuck.
I'm taking that. Everything, even a good joke. Uh, so they're going through or whatever, and mind you, the guy's supposed to help him get through, and it's one of them like if he tell you to do something, You see what I'm saying? Like, if he's taking you somewhere that's like risky and this and the third, if he tell you to do something, just tell him like. So he's like, yo, just like, and then he was like, let's take five. So you gotta have a little puff break. So like that's happening right now. So the guy told him like basically like going over here like the locals might mess with you. The locals might mess with you, and so basically that's kind of sort of what happened. But the locals, it was just funny, like Captain Underpants type of John. The guy came through like I don't know what he had, like some like there's like a flamethrower type John in underwear, just walking up. That like that's it in boots, underwear, boots, and a flamethrower, and like one of them little like these were black type of like goggles type of. I don't even know what those are called. But he was like reaching for the box of cigarettes, and then so basically the guy like took the cigarettes, threw them, and then he has like this blaster. So like that was the whole thing. So basically, they were going through, and then like they had to get back to past the locals, and then the guy was like taking a while to do whatever little thing he was doing. The locals started coming again. Then a little motion sensor thing, like you got to be still when the motion sensor comes, or it's just going zoom zoom. So most of those local people got whatchamacallit. And then outside of that, uh, it's the local people that said they're now they're in the elevator. They just had to just get through that. So now they're in the elevator.
Come on, follow me. We gotta step this way into production.
So right now they just found this room. They just found this room, and it's full of clones. So he's trying to figure out how do you find the original. All right. Hold on. So let me see. Okay. So, uh, this part was like a little bit messed up, and I'm now it's like getting close to the end of the episode, so that'll be on another thing. But what happened? Okay. So the they go into the room with all the clones, right? So they go into the room with all the clones, and then so the guy's like, okay, how do we find the original? Okay, who goes? Let me just. Okay, I linked the episode in which so you can kind of see for yourself. But the inspector guy, I'm gonna just call him the cop. Inspector's too long to say, right? The cop and the guy's supposed to be helping the cop. I'm calling the I'm gonna call him a tech guy. I'm gonna call him a tech guy, right? So the tech guy and the cop, they go into the room full of clones. Where he's like, okay, how do I find the original one? So they go all the way down to this one joint, and it seems like one is like the center or whatever. Now, at this point though, the tech guy is like doing some stuff, and he was like, he got to unplug some things, move some wires around, and so, but the cop is like pressed for time, and like also security is coming, so, uh, so security is coming, and the cop is like, yo, hurry up, and the tech guy's like, yo, you can't rush this. He's like, you can't rush the artist, and the cop is like, yo, we run out of time. I need you to hurry up. I need you to move this and that, third. And then the tech guy's like, chill, man. This and that, third. Like, but so like the tech guy is working, but the cop is like pressing, like, and then so like once it gets to like the crunch time, then like the security gen is like coming up. He had like the cop guy has like a little it's like a floating. I'm gonna just call it like a floating tray, but it's to carry him and the body out. It's to carry him and the body out. So basically, I'm not sure if he just took like a random, like mind you, he's supposed to be looking for a specific. So, but we're gonna finish. I'm gonna see how it kind of ends up. But he takes. It seems as if he just like remember it was a whole bunch of clones, and he kind of just said, Phew, just pressed to time. Um, he put that one on the tray. The girl wakes up, and now all she's doing is laughing and giggling. So he's pushing that tray. The tray is like he's trying to float this tray out. That's the like they're like basically like getaway type of job. And but he gets rid of the tech guy, and I don't understand why he even like had to like that part didn't even make sense because it was like he's like man, sorry man, and he just gets rid of the tech guy, and it's just like bro, I didn't think he just had to do that. But he gets rid of the tech guy. Him and the girl are like going through the whatchamacallit, and like so he's just going back and forth with the security. The security's chasing him, and then um, security is chasing him. And he mind you got the tray, and the girl she just on the tray like just laughing. She was in like the little glass tube. Now she's on the tray. She's just laughing and giggling. So there's that. But then from the beginning, the little robot chauffeur, uh, they pressed the girl on the little thing. She pressed the button, so the robot chauffeur actually like caught them as they were flying through the air. So it's like 5 more minutes left, but I'm about to finish it. I'm about to see what just kind of sort of happened. So, uh, the cop, the cop tells him a fake story. Mind you, I don't even think that he has the right body, but he tells him a whole fake story. And but the guy just asked, should I believe him? And the robot's like, he sounds very compelling. I'm about to finish it real quick. Hold on. Let me see something. Let me finish it real quick.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, so I really don't get this one. I don't get this one. So the guy, he has this, he gives him a body, and the guy like puts an earring in the ear. He says, "I'll never let this sparkle leave you." I don't understand this, which is kind of weird. But now the cop is, he's talking to Raven, and he's had a couple cups of, something.
Or the real.
That's tough. So I still don't understand like the grand scheme of this whole thing. Um, but Raven is like, yeah, like, remember it was a room full of clones. Raven was like, yeah, you can go back. She's like, you can go back for a new one, or, cause that's what he kind of sort of did. Or she was like, or you can go back for the original one. Now remember with the guy with mm, I think before. Hold on, I'm trying to put certain things together. Cause remember when he was talking to like the bartender guy, he was like, all you want is a reproduction. And so that was the thing, right? He was like, all you want is a reproduction. And so, uh, but, and at the end, Raven says, you can go back for a new one, which is like the clones or the original. And so, like, when it shows the original one, she's crying. And so, he didn't, he didn't get the original. So, I still don't understand the entirety of the whole episode, like for sure. But that's it's interesting in the sense that like I'm trying to understand like the whole because some things I'm trying to like understand like maybe it's not the fact that how do I say it? Like there can be others, right? Like I'm not sure if there are like multiple of like the girls. So okay, how do I say this? For instance, there is a Kim K, and then there's like an Ice Spice, and then there's like copies of the original, and then there's the original type of thing. Because that's one of the things that's kind of sort of was like hinted at or so like, where's the original? He doesn't save the original, and the girl was like, you know, you could go back for a new one, or you could go get the original. And the original was sitting there crying, and so you know how like this is different in the sense of like, mind you, said once it's like one of those questions they be asking like the build is that build, and then that build just conversation purposes like having a Kim Kardashian build, right? Or like they get this BBL, they get this, you know, breast augmentation, like having like that certain type of build, and then people replicating that build, like to try to look like that body type, right? So, because the guy was like, I wonder what he wants or needs with this anyway. So like that was a whole like thing. And then like the guy when he was doing the whole when he was talking to the guy at the bottom in the whatchamacallit, he was like, are you looking forward to reproduction? And not like maybe sort of like an original or the real thing or those types of things. And so like just replacing her in that sense. So those are just some things I thought about on that one. Those are just some things I thought about. Um, I'm not sure. There's probably some more like things. I definitely didn't understand that one. I definitely didn't understand that episode. So if you watched episode 3 of Spicy City, let me know what you thought about and if you maybe like potentially understood just some other parts about like this whole thing with the clones and the reproductions and different things like that. So again, my interpretation is that like I said, like now if there's like in a celebrity sense, like a girl like Kim Kardashian or Lotto or Ice Spice, and then like that's a build, like that's a body type, and the other girl is trying to get that same body type, that type of thing. The whole thing about you just want a reproduction or this and the third, like I didn't really understand that whole thing. So it may be like a rewatch or like rewatch and go back and try again and pick up on some different little nuances and things. You know, maybe pick up on something that you missed the first time, not the second time. Other than that, I think that was the only thing. Because the conversation then is, and I'm definitely like post this like for the whatchamacallit. The conversation then is like, why was he not sad, but you know like he's drinking his problems away. Like why is he depressed? Like why is like if this was just another like mission and thing for him to do, and you know he comes back with a replica. He comes back with a replica. So why was he? Why does he not? Why is he not satisfied with his job done? Mind you, he got paid well. He got paid well. He got paid like 5,000 in advance. No, it was like he got paid. He got paid partial, a down payment. He got paid an extra 5,000 in advance, and then there was gonna be this. Like he got paid very well, and for the job well that he did do and what he did deliver. So why was he, drinking at the end so much? And the whole thing about getting a new or original, that type of thing, and then the original girl is still there crying. So why was he so? What was he sad about? Type of thing.